Will Lynch, the All-American, will take the draws for Notre Dame. Luke Engelke, the junior out of Westfield, New Jersey, at the dot for Duke. We're underway here from Arlotta.
And that's just it. You have two shorties on Sloat and Johnston.
Here's McAdory, over to Sloat. Get it to Molliver, transfer from Maryland. He's had a great season in his first year at Duke. Inside, shoot, score! Duke gets on the board early, and it's Luke Graham, the transfer from Richmond, his 20th on the season.
This is massive on two fronts. The first is sometimes the way to beat this Notre Dame defense is to jam it inside. You need some really good crease play. Luke Graham is the inside presence for Notre Dame's overall scout. You have to know where Graham is.
That they had that terrible game last week.
Yeah, one of the top shooting teams. Actually, both of these teams are top 5 nationally in shooting percentage, but last week was awful.
How about 100% shooting for the Irish? Jordan Faison evens this game at 1 apiece.
Last week was awful for Duke, finding the back of the net. The last time on the field for Notre Dame, they lit up Michigan with pinpoint accuracy type shooting. Today we get a big dose of athleticism. Aiden McGuire is one of the top short stick deep middies in the country, 23 in blue. You see the speed of Faison. You just can't match him feet to feet. McGuire rarely gets beat.
Another Irishman, but he's wearing Duke blue today. Kavanaugh gets to the middle of the field. Inside GLE, nothing to do for Matt Jeffrey. He plays on the football team. Inside, save made by Jamison. That'll reset the shot clock to 60 if Notre Dame can get possession. They can't.
Malver had that first assist on the Luke Graham goal.
Here he is. Nate Schwitzenberg is checking 0. Now he's got the short stick on him. Feet inside, beautiful pass. But Richard Daly was up to the task. Loose ball push going to go against Duke, and it's going to be Notre Dame ball. We haven't even come close to a shot clock violation in this game yet. These two teams are firing. Faison, up top, over to Jeffrey. Good move by Jeffrey to get open and scores! He beat McGuire that time.
Let me put in perspective how athletic the midfield on the field right now for Notre Dame. Faison blows by McGuire for the first goal. The second Irish goal is by another wide receiver from the football team. Matt Jeffrey, freshman, #1 rated recruit nationally in the sport of lacrosse. Feeling it. And they have Will Angrick on the field right now playing defensive midfield, one of the Irish's best offensive midfielders, but a great two-way guy.
Slowed on the run, just too high.
In a day and age, Cotter, where it's so specialized, 10 and white, Angrick is about as good of a two-way midfielder as there is in the country. An old school guy. Kevin Corrigan says, you got 10 of those guys, we're playing old school lacrosse and I'm gonna win.
He'll put in some miles today, up and down this field. Sloat steps into another one this time, finds the back of the net.
The move to midfield paying off. Who do you prioritize if you're Notre Dame with Sloat, Johnson, and McAdory? Sloat's gonna get a short stick all game long, and it's his perimeter presence, a lot like Johnson. Johnson very two-handed. Sloat loves the left hand, but he can hammer it. Look at the placement on that shot. Richie Ardelli, a right-handed goalie. Nobody's making that stop when it hugs the pipe, and it's screaming at 90+. Bringing the heat on that side of the field.
Maharis on McGuire. You can see the physical nature of 23 in blue. Look at McGuire all over him, but he's going to get the flag, and the shot from Maharis. Stopped that time by Jamison, but he drew the flag.
He's so aggressive that he gets called.
Nice anticipation, picked off by Ramsey, but going the other way. Campisi. Sloat checking him all the way down. To Maharis. Relative to those two guys, the diminutive Majerus.
Yeah, watch his feet though. Really quick.
Seymour extends the Irish lead.
Jalen Seymour, known for a big-time heavy shot, needs an extra beat a lot of times to get it off. But it's the pickoff and the deflection by Ramsey that allows the Irish to get this opportunity. So if you give him that extra beat, right, he's not one of these guys who catches and shoots in one motion. It's catch, cradle, cock back, and let it fly. So if he has the time, he can make you pay.
Behind him, McLean. Harris, good catch. Tried to get a pick from Taylor. Defense slipped it. Wow, the Irish from that spot. That's at least the third time today, Clark, we've seen somebody from this Notre Dame offense just find the back of the net from that very spot.
If you were to see the Seymour goal and then the McLean goal, contrasting styles. Seymour, that big swooping motion. McLean is the perfect example of catching the ball and shooting in the same exact spot. So we got great ball movement, the eyes of the defense on 50. Chris Kavanaugh, it's catch and shoot, man. There's not even a cradle there. That is a beautiful shot by the grad student, Devin McLean. Gotta get him going, gotta get him going.
Just a sliver of room there. Buckner now checking him in the middle of the field. Gets back to his right. No angle, though, on the shot. Has to get it to Johnston. And now here, Molliver. Molliver, that's a tough angle, too. And Richard Delley's all over it. Johnston gives chase and picks up the GB, but he's in a little trouble in the corner. Fresh 60, though, for Duke. So they can be patient here. Instead, Slope will step down, and Richard Delley goes up the ladder.
I love the body language of Richard Delley. He was on that one.
Angry. Going against McGuire.
Yeah, you see the aggressiveness, right? Like, he just gets in on you. You cannot get in the body with McGuire. You got to use speed.
Good look, good pass. Jamison with just as good a save. Kusevito's got some good speed, too. 32 in blue. I don't know this to be true, but he looks like he would have been like a running back in high school, too, the way he moves.
Absolutely.
On the run, Richard Delley. He has been so sharp today. Trying to pick it up. Loose ball. It's in the crease.
Put the radar gun out there. He's not one of the hardest shooters, but his release is so quick. It's better than a guy who shoots 95 miles an hour that needs so much time to get it off.
Finley shoots and scores.
Now, if he gets going, as Kevin Corrigan's clapping, Fisher Finley, I thought, emerged late in the season, was one of those players on the three lines of midfield a year ago, expecting a big season out of him. Redshirt junior. It's only his fourth goal this season, but you look at the physical presence too. I mean, he is a monster at 6'6".
Kavanaugh. The Irish have been in complete control here in this second quarter. The field has been tilted in this direction clearly. Faison on the run, shoots, bounces it. Maybe trying to handcuff Jamison a little bit.
So Jeffries and Faison came a little late, gave them some time off in the beginning of the season, coming off of football. When these guys start gelling with the rest of the team.
Oh, beautiful pass, headshot!
You want to know where there's real gel? The name Kavanaugh, the name Taylor. Does that ring a bell?
So many times in the past, and they do it again.
Set in the open, Chris Kavanaugh. The questions, could he quarterback? Could he feed with Pat gone now? The Tewaaraton winner. The answer is yes. He's averaging almost 2 assists a game. And when you couple him with the master off-ball player in Jake Taylor, that is just two players that don't need to say a word to each other. and then the backhand beauty to increase the angle.
This week, Coach Danowski moving Sloat to midfield. There's Sloat with the ball in his cross and moving Papendick down to attack. We haven't even mentioned Jack Papendick yet today. McAdory couldn't get the shot through. Going to get a call here. It's going to go against Duke. Tried to force it. Richard Ellie just put a stop to it. Now we'll get the call. That's Sloat, far side. Skips it to Sloat. Richard Ellie makes the save. Graham got it back, but got dumped. Tried to get a better angle, instead he lost control. McLean does a nice job of
Gets that second time grounder, though, on a defense that's playing a lot.
Oh, trickles in. Jamison got a piece of it. Couldn't get enough of it. You said it, Clark. Second chance. You're going to give this team a second chance? Good luck.
No fun. I talked about Fisher Finley being like an old school north-south Dodger. You watch Will Angrick for years now on tape. He makes so many of his plays, even on that missed shot, kind of like where attackmen shoot the ball. So he stays, he goes around. Watch him, follow 10. What tremendous lacrosse IQ to miss it on the left and then to follow the rotation of the ball to be the recipient on the opposite side from where he missed.
Molliver, nowhere to go with it. Now 25 to shoot. Tough pass, good catch by Cusolito. That's a good look as well. Blake can't get a shot off, though.
Should have shot it right away.
Yeah.
Held on it to too long.
Sean Light, their best defender, not playing in this game. Max Busenkill, first-team midfielder, not playing in this game. Yet they're still putting on this type of performance.
It shows you the depth. Now more reps for Matthew Jeffrey, right? He's stepping up. You look at the defense.
Look at a hold here going against Duke on the loose ball. Just 2 seconds, though. They're going to have to let this rip. Kavanaugh's just going to have to fire it. He'll get the whistle and he'll let it go. And hope maybe he can ricochet through traffic past Jamison. He's going to step way outside, though. Lets it go. That's what he was hoping for, but Jamison scoops it up.
Go from defense to offense and not let Notre Dame get in their settled packages defensively.
McAdory blew by his defender, but Buckner was there to force him wide. Now he's got the shorty on him. Can he take advantage? He does!
This guy's got heart. And if you want to find spots to attack from behind, when Duke's backs were against the wall against Michigan, Andrew McAdory, a midfielder, inverted from behind and scored 3 straight goals, including the tying and winning goal early in the season against the Wolverines with moves a lot like this. So if you're not getting any action from behind, take one of your top playmakers like McAdory and send him behind to make those types of plays, because now Notre Dame has to respect behind goal line extended and up top with Sloat and Johnston.
Our next NLL game right here on ESPNU is tonight. 2 of the top teams in the league. The 4th place Mammoth take on the 2nd place Rush in Saskatchewan, 9 Eastern.
You ever been to Saskatchewan?
I have not. Goal scored by Taylor. That's the hat. Taylor's from Denver. He's kind of close to Saskatchewan. Probably take a road trip.
The tie-in here that I'm going to give you is Jake Taylor's going to be an incredible indoor player.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to play.
He might play for Saskatchewan one day.
Yeah, he might play for Saskatchewan one day.
Or the Mammoth,
He's going
hometown.
to play in 2 leagues for many, many years. The NLL and the PLL, indoor and outdoor game, because of his ability to operate in tight quarters and just a nose for the net. It's 9-3,
yeah.
Right?
Even there, I thought Sloat might have had a good shot. Johnston, though, wow! There's no defense for that.
Wow is right. There are very few midfielders in this game that are as two-handed as Ben Johnston, but do it with the power. Look at this absolute rip with his offhand. Just watch the back of the net. On a rainy day, in South Bend. Ben Johnston is spraying it, giving Duke some life. A racer of a defender for Army against an electric playmaking attackman in Owen Duffy.
Two good face-off men in that game as
Brady
well.
Wambach and Will Coletti. It's got a little bit of everything. Goalies.
No surprise that that game is even. A little surprise that this game has been as one-sided as it has. Does Duke have a run in them here? Late third quarter. Christmas, he can score on the run. Keeps possession, gets it to Graham. Extra pass, shot, saved by Richard Daly, robs Molliver. Now he gets the flag. He's been hit on the head about 3 or 4 times in this game. I think he's finally going to get the call to go his way. Oh, this may be a goal. Seymour couldn't quite catch it. McLean did, but couldn't beat Jamison. Picorni's on this man, up 80, the freshman. It would be just like the Irish to have him score with so many players scoring 1 goal in this game and spreading it all out.
Yeah, he's in for Busenkill. Corney was a starter in the fall, early in the season.
Good look, McLean. Jamison is up to the task.
Masterful defensive plan, Chris Wojcik, the offensive coordinator. Always promoting playing hot potato where the ball spins with all these different goal scorers.
Flag down. Good save by Jamison.
Great save. That was an elite save.
Now the Irish man up. And they will be for the remainder of this quarter plus. Whether they score or not, it's full time. They're the cut. And a score. Jeffrey Ricciardelli, the man up specialist. His 3rd such goal of the year, 8th overall. The Irish increase the lead back up to 6, and they are still man up.
You remember moments ago I mentioned Chris Wojcik, the offensive coordinator, focusing on spreading out the scoring. Quick passes, hot potato. This is about as good as it gets. The way that ball's spinning and the way that Ricciardelli, the older brother of the goalie Thomas, Jeffrey anticipates that. Like, you watch the way he's moving with that rapid fire ball movement.
Picorni, angry. Just up top with McLean. Now he steps in. It's his own man, ricochets off, but he gets a beautiful pass. Another great pass, and Ricciardelli finishes. I don't even know, Cart.
Bonkers, is that the word you're looking for? 3 things happen. The follow-up with Picorni following his shot with a great grounder. And then the pass by Jake Taylor. And then the back cut by Ricciardelli. Look at this pass. Whoop!
In one motion.
That is gorgeous lacrosse. I mean, Taylor could have just turned around and scored. But why not throw a BTB beauty?
And it's back to a 6-goal advantage for the Irish. McAdory trying to do it all his own. Ricciardelli is there, can't find it. Loose ball picked up though by Campese. And a little bit of trouble in the corner. Gets it back to Ricciardelli. Here's Alakwa. Gets it to Kavanaugh, back to Alakwa. Will he step down? No, instead passes in front. Taylor scores!
Taylor's putting on a show. This guy can roll out of bed and score 4 goals and have a couple of assists. Like, it's unbelievable how smart of a lacrosse player he is. We saw the behind-the-back pass. Now it's the face dodge because he sees the pressure. He sees the defense coming after him. So he dips under with a face dodge.
And you mentioned it, Clark, before. It is a different team. They lose generational players. Pat Kavanaugh, Liam Enseman. That man replaced Liam Enseman, and he's playing like he's
been awesome.
An All-American
goalie.
You lose Eric Dobson from the midfield. No problem. We got 7 other guys. Kavanaugh scores! He adds to his impressive day, and yet another goal score for the Irish. Everybody enjoying the party here in South Bend today.
I was asking for some end-to-end action for Duke to come into this fourth quarter, close a gap. Notre Dame does this exactly off a 6 save by Thomas Ricciardelli. The proven short stick defensive midfielder Ramsey to the guy who sat back and distributed today. This time he takes it himself and dodge and score on assisted goals, but they can do that now. So down the stretch, how do you defend Notre Dame? Do you slide from Taylor? If you do, good luck with that. If you don't slide, these middies are gonna have a field day.
Like my hair is here. Jamison makes the save, but the rebound goes right to Taylor, and that was in his stick for 1,000th of a second.
You see the smile, too. Guy loves playing the sport of lacrosse. He's battled multiple knee injuries over his 6 years. Look at the rebound, too. He's just, the ball's like a magnet on his stick. Chris Kavanaugh had a great pass.
Cusilito, nothing. Forces it inside. That time, he found his man, Luke Graham. I shouldn't say force it, because Graham was open. It was just a beautiful pass.
Yeah, credit Cusilito here for holding on to that ball and then forcing the inside. I said it earlier off of Graham's first goal. To beat Notre Dame, you got to be willing to jam it inside. Graham, a natural left-hander, occupying that crease area. We've seen very little action from behind the cage.
Dominated ACC play, but the ACC wasn't good enough for that to count.
The problem is the ACC now, you're staring at it, Duke. Like, where's the easy win in this conference? There's not.
Papendick, the extra pass, that's a good look. But Ricciardelli is there to stone him. If you're a Schroff, I mean, when he goes to Syracuse.
Are you booching him right now?
No, I'm saying, like, isn't that the case? I've heard that. When he's in Syracuse, he's like the king of Qs. Saved by Jamison. Maybe it was Q, because Q is not the most popular guy in Syracuse. Just seems like when he's there with Anish. Anish gets all the flowers. Johnston again.
You know, Ben Johnson's only a sophomore, but I can tell you right now, he is going to be a huge pro prospect one day for the PLL. His physical size, his speed, his two-handedness. Again, this is a lefty rip. This is a right-handed player. There's only a handful of midfielders, not even a handful, just a few. A couple that can hit with both hands. Luke Rowe from Syracuse, we'll see him next week as one of them with both hands. You have no clue what hand Ben Johnson is. Yeah,
Richmond.
And then next week they'll lose to Bucknell.
Right, yeah, you're right. Like, how did that happen? Another save by Ricciardelli, coming out of there with it too.
Yeah, there's the confidence too, the out of the cage confidence.
That they are still the 2-time defending national champ.
Yep.
And need to be knocked off that perch.
And in a season where I said, 8 teams can win it, the one team that you get really worried about is the team that's been there before and done it and have the pieces to do it again.